Greg, what's up, man? How's it going?
Doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing
Take care of
good.
yourself?
Doing the SIP, right? Shelter in place. Here we are. Who knew 3 weeks ago or a month ago, right, that this is the way the world would start communicating?
It's fine. I've already learned how to bake bread, so
Ah, nice. All right.
develop a new skill sitting
Make sure
around
to
the
put the
house.
order here button next time so I can just hit it and get it delivered. I'm in. I'm all in. So man, yeah, a lot of changes in our industry, right? In real estate and mortgages and stuff. And look, there's a lot of myths out there as well that I'm seeing. There's
Yeah.
information flying every which way but loose. And so let's tackle this for a second. Let's talk about these myths of whether it's a good time to buy or not. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's a great time to buy based on what's currently happening. I have buyers calling me up ready to just throw in offers left and right and hoping they get accepted. I mean, of course, some are lowballing, but a seller looks at that and they're in a certain position, they might take that offer. So it doesn't
Hmm.
hurt to get out there and start buying, and at least trying to buy because realtors are available. We're still working.
Yeah. Lenders too, by the way. I'm
Yeah,
working around the clock.
yeah. Actually, we're probably more accessible now than ever, right? We're not too busy driving around running errands and stuff.
That's very true.
I'm focused at work. So
Very
um,
true.
I think it's a great opportunity to get a plethora of information that we can give you. Sellers are still able to sell their properties, and agents like myself who are working with sellers, we're being very creative. We
Mm,
do have certain restrictions on holding face-to-face meetings with open houses and such,
of course.
uh, but we're advertising on all different type of networks, social media, we're doing our e-blast, but we're also spoke with the MLS today in San Francisco. They're allowing us to do these virtual open house tours. So basically, we're going to set up a block of time, and we're going to give buyers a link to access the property, and we can walk through the property with them virtually, and they can ask us any questions they might have about the property, and ask us to
Oh,
showcase certain parts of the property if they had any
okay.
questions about.
So you're basically using your phone and doing a walkthrough with them,
Yeah. Oh,
FaceTime or Google
yeah.
Duo or even Zoom.
That, and we also have videos and photographs just like any other time. And
Sure.
so when it comes to buyers being able to actually go and view the property, that is still kind of a possibility. It's
Mm,
a little bit tougher to view occupied properties. It all depends
yeah.
on the seller, and it also depends on the buyer if they're willing to do so. But vacant properties are a little bit easier to navigate.
Yeah.
We're able to get you in there. As a realtor, what we've been doing is we open up the door, we allow you to walk through there, and we'll wait outside, and then you can come and ask us any questions
Got
within
it.
the 6 foot space required that we
Right,
need.
right, right. Yeah.
Another
The social distancing six
social
footer.
distance.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what about this whole idea that it's a good time to negotiate, and are people getting properties for less than the asking price? Is that really true? Is that happening?
Yeah. So
It
what
is.
some
Okay.
realtors have taken to doing is actually in a seller's market, what we tend to do is list the property undervalued so that we can drive up demand. But right now, we've seen a switch happen overnight. So
Mhm.
we've begun listing properties where we think it should sell at its peak, expecting buyers to come in and say, we're only going to offer you this much.
Okay.
So
So
that way
they're
our seller still gets what they
bumping
want.
it, so then they have that extra buffer to negotiate down.
Yeah, so the
Interesting.
buyer should keep that in mind when they are looking at, properties. They might be able to get a property that's listed maybe out of their range, within their range, just because of the current market climate.
Yeah, that makes sense. And are less people putting in offers? Are you seeing where people buyers are just basically deciding to punt until this all gets better?
Yeah, that's what makes it a buyer's market is that some people don't realize the opportunity that's out there. And the way I see it is your money is going to be based on what's going on in the market. Your money could actually, I don't know, depreciate in value. And it might be better to have an asset, a tangible asset like real estate. So these opportunities right now are great, to be able to just move that money over if you're scared of the market, on market to stock market, and you want something more tangible. Real estate is a great place to hold your money just in case inflation does occur.
Yeah, plus let's be honest. I mean, if you're a buyer watching this video and you're seriously thinking about punting and waiting until everything gets better, guess what happens when everything gets better? Everybody goes back to the mayhem that we had before, where we have 15, 20 offers on a property, the prices are going through the roof. I mean, if anything, being a contrarian right now is so awesome in my opinion, because that's where you're going to get the deals. Think about it. If there's only a few people putting in offers, you don't have as much competition. B, greater negotiating. Plus, rates are still low. Like, why would you wait for it to become pandemonium again in the real estate market and for it to switch to a
I
seller's market? It
completely
makes
agree.
no sense.
Yeah, I completely agree with this. So, what we've been speculating on our side is that the demand is still going to be there. And given this gap in time, the demand could grow. We expect actually the demand to grow. So, as soon as the market backs up and we're able to actually show properties face to face, um, people are going to be all over it because they're right now doing their research. They're still looking at
Yep.
properties, but they're holding back on putting in offers. And that's not a smart thing.
Yeah.
If you
It's
put
going to
in
be a
offers
circus,
now,
man.
and get it under asking price for the most.
Yeah, I totally agree. I was telling you about the whole Boeing thing, right? That everybody thought, oh, I'm not touching Boeing because Boeing stock had plummeted. And now, today, as of today, it's up 73%. I mean, look, let's be honest. Boeing is not going to go out of business. The government, A, won't allow it to. And two, it's one of the great manufacturers of airplanes in the world, right? Like, that's not going to be a company that goes out. So when you see something go down like that, that's fundamentally sound, that's where your money should be. Same thing with real estate. Look, people have to live somewhere. Number two, the tax write-offs for real estate is humongous, plus the equity, plus what are called the capital gains exemption, which is if you're single and you sell a property, you can gain up to $250,000 without paying Uncle Sam a dime in taxes, or 500,000 if you're married. I mean, what other investment can you sleep in, get a capital gains exemption, get all the equity, and get massive amounts of tax write-offs?
Yeah,
None.
I completely agree. Look, this is why I brought up that point of possible inflation, because right now I got investors coming at me looking to throw in these offers.
Yeah,
People who have that large sum of money that they need to move over to protect it into an asset. Because right now, this is one of those tangible assets that you can move your money directly into, and for a first-time home buyer, it's a great opportunity to get into a property at a low rate. And so if these investors are looking into it, buyers should also be looking into
yeah,
buying a property right now.
I couldn't agree more. Now, any recommendations of what people should be doing right now? Like, give them like 3 hacks or something that they should be hyper focusing on
Well, I
if you're a
guess,
buyer.
yeah, I would definitely, what I would do is starting off is I would move up your price range a little bit. If you can only afford, say, 1.5, I would bump it up to 1.8 and then start offering 1.5 because you're looking at you can open up a lot more properties in your search, and you can just start throwing out offers left and right. And given the climate, people are going to bite. You will find that property. Another thing is make sure that you're dealing with an agent who can get you into certain properties that might still not be on the market, because a lot of
Good point.
properties are currently on hold
Mhm.
because the agents don't want it to look like it's been on the market for a bunch of days, so they put these properties on hold. So certain agents can navigate you into properties that might not
That's
be
a great
accessible
point.
to you.
So an agent that has a great network like you do, like you have a vast network, a lot of deals are done below water, as they say, right? We call them pocket listings or private listings that nobody sees because it doesn't show up on the MLS. That's really important for those watching.
Yes, a lot of things aren't going to show up on the MLS right now because of the current climate. And so what you need is someone who can help find those for you.
Love that.
And I have access to those.
Excellent. So how did people get a hold of you?
Well, they can go ahead and call me. Here is my business card. You can see
Nice.
it clear enough.
There you go.
925-408-3667.
Yep.
I work out of San Francisco and the East Bay area, so I can show you any property that you would like to see that's currently on the market, and I can send you a list of properties that are not on the market, on hold, are coming soon.
Excellent. Well, thank you for your time. You're always a wealth of knowledge. We look forward to the next video. By the way, we're going to be doing a whole series of videos. This is not the first and last. This is only the first of a long series. So thanks again, man. Stay healthy and have a great weekend. Take care.